everybody, today I'm here to react to episode 7 of Wolfpack. I did not realize until a few days ago that this season is only 8 episodes. I thought for a while like it was just going to be 10. I assumed that in my head. I thought maybe I would get lucky and it would be more. And then a small part of me thought, oh, maybe it's just 8, since that's like kind of what I guess the usual for like a new streaming show is. I feel like is 8. But I just thought like that was so like not a big chance that it was only 8, and then I find out it's only 8. I found out from one of you, so thank you for telling me, so I'm not sad and being like, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode, and then everyone's like, there's not a next episode. But it's also really frustrating when like I went on the Wikipedia page like the day before, and I remember looking and it said like the number of episodes, and it did this with another show too. I remember it said the number of episodes was only the number of episodes that had been out, and I was like, I don't care. I know how many episodes have been out. I'm wondering how many episodes in total there are. So one of you, like I said, Jem, told me that there were only going to be 8 episodes, and then after that I googled specifically Wolfpack 8 episodes, and there was an article from like January when the show first premiered being like there's only 8 episodes, the season finale is going to be like March 16th or something like that. So yeah, this is the second to last episode, and that seems kind of crazy. Like I really love this season, I do truly, and I feel like there's been a lot of action, but I also just feel like pacing and story-wise I'm like, what is going to happen in 2 episodes to wrap this up enough? Like I feel like it's truly going to be left on a huge cliffhanger with a bunch of questions, because I feel like there's answers that we're starting to put together somewhat, but I feel like it's still a lot of assumptions on my part, especially with like Ramsey and all that. So we'll see how much more we learn and what we figure out as like the big thing, because I mean Baron being this thing I thought was gonna be a big thing, and now it's really only been like 3 episodes that we're gonna have with him even confirmed as a character. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm excited to check it out, but also scared because there's only 1 episode left after this. Oops. He a little angry. I was worried when this like was starting. Like I don't get this connection between him and Everett and why it's him and Everett that have the connection. But I was also kind of worried when like he was starting this that like this is actually a dream about Everett starting to forget who he is. I think that only happens if like they've been a wolf for a while, but it would be kind of terrifying if that starts to happen to one of these guys, if like they start to just forget slowly like little things about themselves, and then you're like, oh no, the wolf is coming out. Oh my goodness, I just realized he is naked. Wow, that is not something that I realized, and that adds a whole new context to the scene. Just a naked man chasing you around your house, you're like, ugh. What the? Is that him running towards him full speed? What is happening? This is so strange. I just don't get why it's poor Everett that has the connection. He's like, get out of my head, dude. I just want to have a normal night. Although I guess normal nights kind of go out the window when you find out you were bit by a werewolf, right? Uh-oh. That's a very good point. Oh, he likes them, right? That's kind of sweet. Like, they've never really even met, and he's like, I like you guys. I feel like there's just something interesting that, like, he was going after them, the werewolf, and then he decided they're part of the pack, but it's like, how do you just decide sporadically if you're part of the pack or not? You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, that means Austin's next, I'm assuming, which honestly, I won't miss him. I realized too that like he probably didn't even know Phoebe's dead, and now he's like, oh no, this is not good. Like Phoebe is gone. But yeah, Austin's next. Am I gonna be sad about it? No, I'm not. That was such an interesting opening. I feel like they have not done like a really cool cold opening like that. Like that was 10 minutes of just like pure terror, and I feel like it was like not as like it was just like unsettling more than like it was like horrifying, like him just like appearing everywhere and not realizing like if this is a dream or not. And then I think the fact also of like I knew Phoebe was dead, but like I think it's completely unsettling to see Phoebe dead from Everett's point of view, how he doesn't know that she's dead. Like that's really scary. And then I still am so curious like how he decides who he's gonna kill every night, because I kind of thought it was more like a threat thing, so then it's like he just sees through who like is a threat that day or something. But it almost seems like he like signals them out beforehand, like he knew he was gonna kill Phoebe, and now it's like coming after Austin, and I'm like, what is the thinking? Like why go after Austin now? And you know what I mean? I hope there's like some kind of reasoning to that, because Austin was a butthole, but Austin's been a butthole for the last 7 episodes, and really he could have been killed on night 1. Dun dun dun, because he is one of her own. I mean, if Baron is his mom, which is the assumption I'm making, that means Harlan is also her son. So it's like when she's like, I'll protect him like one of my own, like he is one of her own, you know? Like that's the thing. That's the thing, lady. Like, it's just so, like, all the, like, cryptic sayings that they have, I'm like, okay, now it's starting to make sense, you know? But what are the, I mean, that's the other thing is, like, she's investigating this fire, but I'm like, did you start the fire? Because the odds of her being in this investigation are so astronomically small for her to be caught up in all this that, like, she just happens to be working with a guy who adopted and found her kids. Like, the odds of it are staggering. Well, that's not good. That looks like a lot of blood. Oh no. For a second I was like, maybe he's just hallucinating, but then I remembered he is not, like, the wolves hallucinate, not him. So this is probably Phoebe's body dumped in Blake's room, which means they're gonna think that Blake killed her because everyone knew that they were fighting, and this is not good for Blake. So, yikes. Yeah. It sounds fun when you put it that way. She couldn't even say the word werewolf 2 weeks ago, and now she's like, for real, we're doing this? That's growth. That's growth. I just don't understand, like, if this is her son, like, how, I get why she's covering up for him, but, like, why, someone's gonna find the bodies eventually, so it's like, why kill that guard? Like, I don't, she seems too smart to be, like, winging it, so I feel like there's a master plan. Now, this is all that I just can't figure it out, and I'm like, please let me in on the secret, Ramsay, please. It's so sweet. Remember how much they used to fight, and now he's like, I'm gonna find Harlan and we'll figure this out. They're besties. Harlan doesn't want to admit it, but they're getting their best friend tattoos next week. I scheduled it for them. He's scared of her because he can sense it, right? The wolf in her. She was there. Blake, come on! She's not putting two and two together when he got kidnapped. She was there. Oh, I wonder if she fought off the wolf or if I wonder if she's the one that took Danny. That's the question. I don't know how much she's helping her son and how much she's, like, just stopping him from hurting people. Because, I mean, if you were really stopping him from hurting people, you'd track him down and find him, right? Instead, I kind of feel like she's playing catch up. Oh, that's so creepy that he's, like, the parking lot garage. And she can't put it together. Come on. Like, he is sensing that there's something not right about her. What freezer? Yeah, he said that, like, there's, like, a common known freezer on the show. I'm like, have I ever seen a freezer on the show? Oh my gosh, yes, please, please. And if the bait gets killed, it's maybe the one time aside from the cop I'm not gonna be sad. Is that her flashlight that she used to brain the other guy? Oh my gosh, if she kills him, I'm so, like, I have said from the start, that is what I really hope does not happen, that, like, she gets one over on him. I hope he catches on to her before then, because I'm so worried that, like, I mean, Harlan and Luna have no one protecting. Well, I mean, I guess she's kind of protecting them. She's their mom, right? But just because she's your mom doesn't mean she wants what's best for you, right? Oh, they're silver plating it. That is really smart, but also concerning that they can just do that in their barn. I know that that's, like, what the dad made his stuff out of, but it's so funny that people are normally like, where would we get silver? And they're like, oh, we can just melt some down in the backyard. It's no big deal. What is he doing here? Isn't this kind of supposed to be a secret? Oh my god. Of course, he's the one that got the medicine from. When he was like, I know where we can get some. I'm like, how? But then it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Uh-oh. What is happening? Is she transforming into a wolf? Or she's seeing the fire? Interesting. I never really noticed their eyes, the color that they glow is like the color of the fire, which would make sense if fire is what turns them into a werewolf. Ew, wait, is that her? Why is she turning into a human? Wouldn't the werewolf be the one that attacks them? Is that her? I mean, it must be her, but I can't tell because I feel like her hair is not the best. I'm not trying to judge. I know she's in a fire, but not the best. Why is she crawling towards them like that? What the heck? Wait, like, what? This is her. Is she? Well, no, she was just a wolf, but I'm like, she seems more like a, like, wood nymph. They're like a spirit or something, right? Like, this is creepy. This doesn't what I think of with like a werewolf. Oh my gosh, she's running at them. I was so right though when they were like, oh, it's mate, the dad came. I was like, it was not the dad that came, it was the mom, okay? To be that scorned to chase you down and kill you, that is Mama Wolf, okay? I'm still so confused why she looks like that. Like, I don't hate it, it just doesn't scream werewolf to me. It's definitely creepy, but like I said, it's giving me more like spirit or like some kind of like haunted entity instead of like a werewolf. That is terrifying if that's her though. Like how did she go from this to like a person, like a full-on arson investigator with like a background and clearly like had to get things checked out? Like I am so confused. There she goes, back into the woods. So Big Buff Daddy Wolf is dead. The big buff daddy wolf that I've been in love with since episode 1 never even existed. It was barren this whole time. See, now she looks like she's just gonna melt back into the forest. Like, that's what's confusing to me. Like, she looks like she's just gonna go back to sleep. As that. Like, they woke her up. And now she's like, alright, now I go back to sleep undisturbed. But, like, her kids are out there somewhere if this is Harlan and Luna and Baron's mom. I'm confused. Like, that was a terrifying sequence, but I'm confused. You know, like, why are you asking this? I just feel like everyone's been dancing around it, and like, again, I'm operating on the assumption that she's Baron's mom and all of their moms, but what if she's even not? What if it was like, that was like her sister in the woods or something like that, and she knows like vaguely about werewolves, but she doesn't know like actually in practice what they're like, you know what I mean? Or, I mean, I'm operating under the assumption that woman they just showed us is her. I feel like it didn't completely look like her, but again, she was covered in a lot of dirt. But I also just feel like the way she's like, tell me, like, confront, like, she's like looking for confirmation. So that's why I'm confused. Or maybe she's like part of a like other wolf pack or something. Like, that's the answer that I really want. Is like, who are you? Are you a werewolf? How much do you know? Eat him. Eat him. Eat him. I know you don't really eat them, you just take their bodies and hide them, but get him. Get him. And they're doing all this to protect Austin. And I'm like, if the plan fails, the plan fails. We gotta move on, okay? She doesn't even look like she's running faster. Like, I know she can run so fast, and yet they're just making her seem like her normal running speed could somehow outrun this werewolf. Also, I'm very confused why, like, they're supposed to be like, oh, werewolves smell, like, their sense of smell is so good. He can't smell that this isn't her. I guess maybe she's wearing the same hoodie he was, but, like, still. Oh, I thought he just brained him. Okay, oh my gosh. Alright, I was very worried. The CGI ain't bad, I'm gonna be honest. On the werewolf, much better than that ram. Oh yeah, call it by its name. Finally. I feel like that's what they needed to do like 2 hours ago. Wait, are they just leaving? She's like, I got my brother. You guys are good. Go. I'm also confused about how long he's been a werewolf. Has it been 17 years or he just like recently got transformed from a wolf into a werewolf in the most recent fire? I think that's what it is, right? They're tapping into their wolf strength. I mean, yeah, now that I see, that's totally the fire. Like, that's what the eyes are, is the fire. Which also works out well because when you think about it, you're always told that, like, werewolves run hot, right? Like, vampires are cold and werewolves run hot. So, like, having, like, a fire motif with them makes so much sense. Yeah, I'd give it a little longer. They're like, oh, we can't hear him anymore. And I mean, I guess it's hard to disguise your heartbeat over, like, pretending you're not breathing, but, like, give it a little longer. Flood the room with, like, gas maybe first or something. There he is. I feel bad for this actor. It's like, you gotta roll, but your butt's gonna be in every single scene that we show you in. Is that okay with you? Wow, this is the first time anyone except for Everett has seen him, right? I mean, I don't know if he necessarily looks like Luna and Harlan, but Luna and Harlan look so different from each other too, so. Did they forget the shot? I was worried that they were gonna forget it. Oh, what are you still doing here? Is he gonna get killed? Why would he do that? Oh, that son of a little biatch. We should have let the wolf eat him. Someone hold me back because I want to snap his damn neck. He is such an asshole. And that's why, like, Luna was like, I never thought you were an asshole. I was like, he is an asshole, okay? And, like, maybe I get it, okay, if I really sit down and think about it, that, like, this thing killed all his friends, but, like, the wolf killed all his friends, and they're trying to turn it back into a human. And it's a lot harder to, like, justify just stabbing a human that you know is the brother. I don't know if they told him everything, but, like, that is important to the girl that you supposedly have a crush on. Like, if he ever gets a redemption arc, no, babe, no. Like, I'm not interested in that at all. I feel like he's just such a butthole, and him I will say this show, out of any show that I have watched recently, has the best cliffhangers. Like, I'm always on the floor at the end of the episode and my mind is reeling until the next one. Like, I cannot believe he did that. I thought, like, I was like, oh, maybe something's gonna happen where they forgot the shot and then maybe someone sabotaged it. But I honestly was thinking maybe Harlan sabotaged it because maybe he didn't want to bring Baron back and, like, just wanted to keep it how it was. And then he comes in with, like, oh, I've got the shot right here. And I was like, oh, maybe, like, they think Baron's out and then he's gonna get turned into a wolf and kill Austin right there in front of them. But no, I would have rather had either of those scenarios than what I just had to witness. I cannot stand that man. And he just, every single time I think he can't get worse, he does. Baron better not be dead because, first of all, I want to get to know him and I want to get to know his story. But also, if he is dead and Ramsey finds out, Ramsey clearly has some attachment to him, whether or not he is actually her son or not. And I feel like she's going to go haywire and she better take it out on Austin because the dude deserves it. I am so mad right now. Like, I'm vibrating. I'm so mad. Like, what was he even, when he showed up and he was like, I got the shot right here, I was like, Austin, don't do this. Don't do this to me. And okay, all right, yeah, so we have one more episode left somehow to make all of this right and to somehow have Austin get his comeuppance. I really, really hope he gets eaten now, you know? Just, the man's had it coming. He was rude to the bus driver in the beginning, the first thing we ever saw him. He yelled at Everett so many times. Like, yeah, his friends are getting picked off one by one, and I'm sorry about that, but that does not mean you get to be a dick. I'm sorry, and it doesn't mean you get to stab a person that they're trying to help and that they told you they're trying to help. Like, I can't. I don't know what to say. I really don't. So yeah, there's one episode left. I have no idea where we're going to go from here, but I am scared because I know it's going to end on some type of cliffhanger, and I know based on all these other cliffhangers that the episodes have ended on, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode, and especially the ending down below in the comments. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!